Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Golf Unfiltered mini-series, Memoirs from Magnolia Lane. My name is Nikki, and just a quick reminder that this podcast mini-series is in no way sponsored by, nor are we affiliated with, Augusta National, Masters, or any of its affiliates. Just getting that out of the way.
We can say the words.
We can, yes, we can. Yeah.
We're going to drop censors. Right?
Yeah. We just want to make sure that we get that out of there. And if you're watching on YouTube, you will notice that we are in a very special location today. And that is because I have not one, but two very special guests with me today. Aaron, you've been with us before.
Mm-hmm.
But we have not seen Paul yet. Normally Paul goes behind the scenes.
Behind the camera.
Yep, producer Paul. So welcome to the front side of the camera.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
How's it feel over here? It
feels great. Bright lights. I don't know if I don't hold the microphone right. Just tell me. I'm used to doing it.
Yeah.
You're probably the hottest of the San Andre crew, but you're behind the camera. It's weird.
Dang. Your moment. Hannah would disagree and say herself.
That's true. We did have Hannah on recently. She's a very popular guest. Everyone enjoyed having that Hannah on as guest.
I love that now, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. I think that makes Andrew the only one that we have not had on from St. Andre.
He's ready anytime.
Yeah.
He wasn't at home mic we got for him, so he's ready to go.
Yeah, I actually feel bad when I asked the two of you to do this, and then I listened to an episode of your podcast where Andrew was like, "I've been to the Masters." I was like, "Oh no!" I asked the two of you.
He's busy.
Yeah, but he is. He's very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you both for joining me today. As you know, this series we talk about the Masters, we talk about Augusta, we talk about just your experience having gone, and we kick off kind of every episode of the series asking our guests the same question, which is, what does the quote-unquote tradition unlike any other mean to you? And I kind of want to start with Paul, because you guys are going to have very different answers, because Aaron, you went for the first time last year, right?
Yes, I went to a practice round when I was like 8, and I don't really remember it. So pretty much the first time.
Yeah, but Paul, you are, like myself, a Masters Nevo baby. So, yeah, you're going to have a little bit of a different answer, I think, than Aaron. So I want to start with you.
Yeah, I think for us, it's family. Like, every time we go, we're always passing the tickets around with our family who can go. We had a couple there. My granddad, who was kind of the OG back in the 50s, we had a couple years there where we had 3 generations that won Masters, which is pretty cool. So, like, me, my dad, and my granddad. He has passed away since, but I'm sure we'll get into later how we were still able to go. But, yeah, I think it's just family. Whenever Masters weekend pops up on the calendar, it's a weekend that we plan to be together and don't plan anything else. And if something else comes up, we have to find a way to get out of it. It's all about being together, all about watching together, and getting the chance to be out there on the grounds together as a family. And then now, with my wife, my brother's wife, we have cousins now. We're getting to bring people kind of outside of our family into it, which has been really fun. We got to take Aaron last year. My granddad was always big on people going for the first time, and just people that are important to you in your lives. If you have an extra ticket, just to take them. So,
I've been sober.
yeah. Well, last year timed up to where
people who respect the ticket and won't lose them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, kind of last year, I just started with St. Andre, and that was my first PTO request, and then I was like, wait, let me just loop him into this and bring him.
So you were trapped.
Yeah, I take it with me.
So it was the first week. Yeah. We had a call, and he accepted the job. And he's like, can I take the first Thursday and Friday off? I was like, all right, that's a just but okay. And also be able to go to Augusta. So it was cool.
Like, it's hard to say no.
Yeah,
PTO request.
All right. Hell yeah.
You are also for PTO. Yeah. What about you, though? Because, like, last year, I mean, you obviously are a huge fan of golf. Clearly, you founded this whole ordeal. And,
whole ordeal.
Yeah.
An ordeal unlike any other.
Yeah, an ordeal unlike any other. But having been for the first time, and growing up just 2 hours down the road from Augusta, but never getting to go, and last year getting to go for the first time, like, what does that kind of tradition mean to you from that lens?
Yeah, my answer is very literal, which is not super fun.
It can be, yeah.
There's just nothing like it. Like, there's the history aspect, there's the facilities. A lot of it felt like Disney World to me. Like a lot of times I felt like I was about to get on a ride. Not kidding. Like, waiting to get
not real.
Yeah, into the shop, walking from the range to the course, like how it was built. I've just never been anywhere like that. I haven't been to other majors. Been to East Lake, not a major, but kind of. It's just completely different. Like it's all different.
You're not the first person to say that. I think Wells said it on our last episode.
Yeah.
That it reminded him a lot of that they go to Disneyland and Anaheim a lot, and that like that's the only place that ran so efficiently, like compared to that.
And it's one of those places where if you step out of line, people will pop up in the trees. You know where they are. They're around. They'll take you out.
Yeah, theme parks are very good. Like adults are just giddy the whole time there too. It's like grown men are just like skipping around literally.
So like it's not like Six Flags stuff. Like Six Flags.
No, that's different.
Six Flags is a little waste management. Like
Totally. I think the Six Flags over Georgia outside Atlanta just opened for the first weekend, and that was a riot. Did you see that?
No, it's not.
Not like a riot. It was funny. Yeah, it was like a parking lot riot.
Yeah.
It was insane. Yeah, very different. Very different vibe.
Yeah, and Disney even has a paint color. I think that's like their own brand called Go Away Green. That they paint the trash cans and they paint like their dumpsters or like places that they don't want you to gravitate toward. That's very similar to like places in Augusta. That's like they don't want you to like go that way. Like they want you to stay on the course. They want you to stay.
Yeah.
Like so. Yeah, I think there's high up business people at Disney who are members at Augusta who kind of help with that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Disney has a very like underground. I did like the underground Disney thing in college. And you see all the behind the scenes things of like the line of vision where people can see you in your costumes until you pass this line and you're out of sight. I'm sure Augusta has crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be some old Augusta members frozen.
Yeah.
Hobbies. Frozen,
Yeah,
Frozen
for sure.
Augusta National.
Do we
Like
think
Disney.
Arnold Palmer is frozen somewhere?
Why not?
I hope so.
Hope so, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe science catches up. Dig them up.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
back.
unfreeze some. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about the year, like last year when you guys went together. Because the weather last year was
Unreal.
insane. But you guys actually got to go on a day where like the weather was somewhat decent, like it wasn't pouring and raining. You went because you went what, Friday?
What Friday?
Yeah. It was great. It was like the night before or the day before. Obviously, everything went crazy.
And I think we left, started walking away, and heard the
The thunderstorms.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
The siren went off.
it was great for us, and then we left at 4 or 5 or something. So missed just
Which is a full day.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so easy to have a full day out there. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good point. It was beautiful. And then I went on Sunday, and it was, I think, the best weather day I've ever had there.
Yeah, I mean your feet are in the marsh under your feet, but above you it's
it was amazing.
beautiful. Yeah. Were you guys there the day that the tree fell? Or was
We
that
were today.
Was it later that day?
I think it was later that day.
I can't remember if it was later that day or Saturday.
I can't remember if it was Friday or Saturday.
I think it was Saturday.
Oh, was it?
No, I don't think so. I think because Saturday was the day it just monsoon rained the whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was starting to go. So I was pushing on it all day.
I should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was like I loosened up the pickle jar.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did fall. We left. And it didn't hit the lady I wanted to hit. Yeah, but we were, what was that?
17.
Okay.
We weren't really around there.
No. We were close. We were like very close, but not right there. Could have been us.
Dang.
So how do you, and Paul, this is probably more a question for you since you've been more often, how do you kind of gear your days when you are there?
It's so stressful. It's a good stress to have to deal with, but it's really stressful because you're like,
Because I'm sure people have asked you, like, well, what do I, like, this is my first time, what do I do?
yeah, I mean, like with Aaron, I know Aaron wanted to see as much of the course as possible, which I think we did pretty well. Like we made our rounds. We walked a ton. Obviously, with that, you kind of sacrifice how much golf you get to see. Actually, you may just watch a shot here or there. I'm more now where I'll go and I'll plot out. I think I gravitate towards like 2, 7, and 15, and then maybe aiming corner if it's not crazy. But I love. I mean, 2 is always like such a special place. That was the first place I went and sat with my granddad and my dad. I feel like it's the really.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
2 is such a good hole.
It's the best.
Yeah.
There's nothing beats seeing them. Honestly, like when we first went, not to get too into it, but when we first went we sat in the fairway to see them hit their second approach shot. So like everybody goes for the green, but it's so cool sitting behind them and watching them hit towards the green and just like the strategy and everything that goes into that. But I remember that's just the first place I saw so many of the golfers for the first time coming around that corner down two. But I'm more of I'll plot out kind of a group. If there's 3 or 4 groups that I like and guys that I want to see, I'll plot out where to go sit before, watch them play through, then go to the next place, watch that same group play through. And depending on how you time it, you may catch people in the front end or back end. But I've become more of usually if I'm with my wife, with my dad who has a bad knee, we kind of just camp out in a hole for a little bit and move to the next one. If I were by myself, I would not stop moving, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's fun to take it with.
It's also not easy to follow people there.
Very hard.
Especially if you're trying to follow Tiger. Like that's not. It's not possible. You gotta just sit still, pretty much. I'm curious what walking up to Amen Corner for the first time. Like, what was that like for you? Did you cry a little bit?
Didn't cry. But there was
Did you sweat a little more? Were you like?
No, I mean, I think if that was the first thing I saw, maybe if you walk in and boom, it's there, it might have got me. But that was later on in the day.
Yeah. So you had time to build it up. Like you got to.
Yeah. It was kind of the end for us.
Okay.
And it was crowded. Very, very crowded.
Yeah. Okay. It's tough to get in there if you don't do it early.
Yeah. So where we were standing, it was solid. It was the actual corner where you saw green, par 3, kind of got all of it. It was special. I don't think it was my most magical moment. That was definitely the walking in.
Yeah.
I think.
Which gate did you come in? The main north gate, or did you go in the south gate?
I don't know, because we took a right to go down one. Right.
Okay.
So I mean, nothing beats walking through
the big gate. Yeah.
The main gate, and you're like at the top. You just look down.
Yeah. You come in past the driving range, and you see. Yeah.
I also made I don't know if it was a mistake. I still don't know what I should have done. Went pretty hard on merch early. Stuff gets sold out, so you want to get it, but then you got to carry it all day.
You guys don't do the walk it back to your car at some point?
I have FOMO. I got one far. Yeah, it's so far.
Yeah, but I mean, some people will plan out their day to go we do merge, we walk it back to the car, and then we spend the rest of the day there. Yeah. Some people will do
some people check it. Some people.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we do our merch.
I had a big old bulging bag, and also an umbrella. Yeah. You got a pullover that you put in your bag.
Yeah.
So there was some. It was a little stressful.
When you have the bag of merch, you also can put the cups there to keep them.
Yes, you're not that person walking around with the stack.
Yeah, like a little the snake satchel to keep everything.
You also have a bag when you on the way out, put some sandwiches and
Yes, you can put some useful ways for it.
Speaking of sandwiches, I should probably get to this, or I don't want them to melt.
It's coming up to you.
The
shared office space.
Yeah. So one of the reasons why I wanted to do what we're about to do is because Aaron, you used to have a show or a podcast called Deep Fried Kale, where you guys used to basically go into Whole Foods and find a random food and taste it.
The worst possible thing we could find. Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Is me and TR, my friend TR.
Yeah.
Girth versus Earth. Thicker boys trying pickled beets and some of the worst things in the world.
It was some gross stuff you guys tried on the show.
On location, or you bring it back?
No, we bring it back. We'd have a guest. We'd all try it together.
Colin Q was one of your guests.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah. So in honor of that and where you started, I brought something today that I want you guys to try. It's not gross. It's not from Whole Foods.
Great.
I made it myself. I promise it's not poison, but I made it says the Taste of the Masters does not do the ice cream sandwiches. I made some peach ice cream sandwiches. I'm trying to find the best one in here because there's a couple that got a little smushed.
I still have not seen the course have them in stock.
Yeah,
and I get
drinking on the way out.
Well,
this is my first.
If you guys went on Friday, people could things like the gnomes, they limit the number of ones they put out and the number of purchases that they will put out each day so that they still have them by the weekend.
They do that.
Ice cream sandwiches, they try to limit them, but people will just go I have one for breakfast when I get there.
Yeah.
So people will just go hard on them and then they're gone.
That's nice.
So I've got some sandwiches here. This one looks a little less melted. Like I said, I had to get them here.
Like getting like a plate before.
Yeah. So
It sounds good. Now we're just talking. Their mics are down there.
yeah. Yeah.
Are you eating it right now?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Go for it.
Brother, this is some ASMR.
Yeah.
That's pretty tasty.
This is a big one, ASMR.
Is it just gonna explode?
It shouldn't. No, I mean they're frozen. It's peach ice cream.
So,
I should have gotten napkins. That's what I should have done.
because it's coming out the side.
It is. Yeah.
I should have.
That's smart.
Very in the
Let's
bag. Yeah.
I'll go first.
It is. Yeah. For those who are curious while they're eating, I can keep talking. For those who are curious about the recipe, if you want to make this yourself at home, you would think it's just a sugar cookie and peach ice cream. But it's not just any sugar cookie. It's not just any peach ice cream. Specifically, the sugar cookies from Walmart. Like I've tried sugar cookies from Publix, from Kroger, from Trader Joe's, from several other places. The Walmart sugar cookies are like the ones that are the closest and like the softest to Augusta's. And the peach ice cream, there are several different flavors. Tillamook peach ice cream is the closest to it.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I appreciate the little peach bits.
There's very, very, very minimal little like
Let me
pieces of peach in there. But yes. Don't feel like I've seen the whole thing.
I might.
I brought extras.
With the beer, they can get sloppy real fast. So I'm trying my best to. I don't have that. Yeah.
And while we're on the topic of food too, on y'all's podcast a couple weeks ago, when John Rahm came out with his Champions Dinner menu, y'all were talking about things that you would have at your Champions Dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love for you to walk us through that again, because some of the things you had were pretty good.
Yeah, we also didn't get Paul's because he's.
Yeah, I know. I want to hear Paul's.
Yeah.
I think I would keep it pretty classic. I think I would have to go filet mignon
Ooh.
with scalloped potatoes. Isn't that like a slice?
Mhm.
Um,
I would get those mixed up with au gratin potatoes.
Yes.
But I think they're, yeah.
I think we're on the same page. And
Yeah,
then,
some rich people potatoes.
yeah, something like that. Asparagus to the side.
So interesting.
Um,
Wouldn't even thought of a vegetable, but
I think a traditional old fashioned with the drink of the night. You know, I think a rehearsal dinner, you like the drinks that.
And then there's coffee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Old fashioned.
Or is it?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I would keep it pretty traditional. Steak, potatoes, asparagus. Feels very southern. Augusta Golf.
Yeah.
I don't know about the appetizer.
We were saying this is very different than your last meal. So that's another question. If you're
That would also be my last meal.
okay, for sure. That's good. It's not embarrassing.
Okay.
Because this last meal, it's just for you. So
Right.
It can be embarrassing. Who cares? You're about to die.
That's true.
But here, you kind of want to, impress all the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a little different.
Yeah, and you want to have a little bit of something for everyone too, like make sure that if there's someone who doesn't eat red meat, you might have another option.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see. I
I think it would spice things up to do like a hibachi night. You just like move the tables out, put some big grills, and you're throwing sushi across.
Yeah. Hibachi would be great if it is a Japanese cook.
Yeah.
None of this Benihana white guy cooking your hibachi. It's going to
It has
suck.
to be authentic.
Mhm.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You said
I do say hibachi. Hibachi.
Hibachi.
I've been making fun of that my whole life.
Yeah. That's
Hibachi.
it's hard eye.
Yeah, hard on.
okay.
I don't know. Krispy Kreme would be
The appetizer?
no.
I mean,
The bread of the sandwich. No.
Palate cleanse.
That's in there. These for sure.
yes.
I think I'm gonna finish the whole thing. That's my goal.
Kind of gave up.
I haven't eaten today, so this is nice. Lobster bisque. I love a good
From Krispy
sheep
Kreme
wrap
to
stew,
lobster
lobster bisque.
bisque?
Yeah, big seafood guy.
It's really like putting a lot of different things together.
I want everyone to be very confused,
Yeah.
but full and happy.
Okay.
McDonald's nuggets.
Like,
No, I'm not going Donald Trump on it.
so where people are like Bubba Watson was like, I'm going Southern food, so everyone knows my culture. Like, and where people try to kind of go with their things that are familiar to them or traditional to them, you're going to be like, this is my culture. Krispy Kreme.
Hot Rocket birthday dinners? That's my culture. Yeah,
That's it.
I'm not going with coffee.
Not Crystal.
Maybe like Longhorn. Steakhouse.
Okay.
Flo's Filet.
Close
Maybe
to
Bloomin' Onion.
Okay. Stampede.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I would do that, yeah. Not fast food, but right above that.
Mhm.
Best of chain restaurants. Cracker
Like the Chili's Presidente margarita.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the chicken and dumps from Cracker Barrel for sure.
Oh, okay. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
It's
sure.
like a sampler of the best thing at all the chain restaurants.
Just the vegetable platter from Cracker Barrel,
Sure.
and all the vegetables are just starches.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
bring
actually
in
green
those
vegetables.
70-year-old, waiters with 4 stars on their chest. That
No less than 4 stars.
Mm-mm. Not
That's Augusta. Augusta.
Not at all.
No, you gotta have 4 stars. Yeah. Okay.
Put it back down so we can finish this.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah. I actually don't know.
That's right.
Like, as many times as I probably asked people this question, that I then like pass over it and just don't think about it. Like the chicken and dumplings is that's a good. I haven't thought about that before.
But they're about to be bad if someone says the G on the end of that.
Dumplings.
Yeah.
I think someone did that recently in their meal. They had chicken and dumplings. Dumplings.
Stuff in the G.
Dumps.
Dumplings.
Yeah. I think that was part of somebody's meal recently.
I
Don't.
can see that. I feel like maybe Patrick Reed.
You definitely said the G.
I don't know what he had in his meal actually. Like it's very forgettable.
Go look that up.
Yeah, I can
I
look
make
at that.
fun of them.
I do remember that Bubba Watson's his second one. His first one was very like Southern. I remember it was like barbecue and like, but his second one was literally like grilled chicken, Caesar salad,
It was bland.
and like confetti cake, and everyone was like, yeah.
Well, didn't Tiger do the fast food thing his first? When he won the first time in, what, 97? I think he did like the burger and fries thing.
Yeah,
Right?
because there's that famous picture of him eating the
I
fries.
think so.
Is Patrick Reed's Master Center. Like, I'm almost afraid to Google that because then
Maggots and flesh.
So nice. I believe you won.
let's see. Okay, it was. Oh, okay, this is throwing me off because I was like, why is this
Pretty
shit?
sure that league one was too far gone.
Okay, Caesar salad and a wedge salad. And then a bone-in cowboy ribeye. And then the sides were mac and cheese, creamed spinach, creme brulee, and steamed broccoli.
Okay. I can get behind that.
This is kind of exactly what you wanted.
Yeah. I don't really like to be so close to his, but I can do some of that.
Our dessert was vanilla bean creme brulee and a chocolate crunch praline cheesecake.
Okay, we could get more creative there, but it's pretty solid.
Yeah. Yeah, Jordan Spieth had Texas barbecue.
Yeah.
That's,
So you don't know what yours would be?
I mean, I don't know. I do love, I think, like, the Cracker Barrel, like, I can't stop thinking about it now.
Mhm,
Now
yeah.
that we've started talking
I
about
think
it.
it's a breakfast for dinner.
Yeah, like, that's,
That'd be good.
That'd be really
Water
good.
House favorite?
oh my
Your
god.
Cracker Barrel, though, you got to bring in the big ass checkers.
Mm.
You got to have
Like
the
the
full
chicken
game, the
and
broccoli.
waffles, though,
Mhm.
would be so good. But also, I feel like, but the thing about Augusta, like, is they're not gonna really let you bring in, like, you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna do the varsity.
Well, they'll get like the recipe themselves. And they'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
like get something as close to it and
Yeah.
try to make it like, oh, we're gonna do the varsity, but put like, pimento cheese on the burger or something.
No. If I'm eating a bloomin' onion.
You want it
Sorry for
to
the RG again.
Like,
Bloomin' onion. Yes.
Yeah.
Like the ones here, they're from the Outback. Shipment
right.
daily. No, you can't recreate that.
I feel like they finesse the recipe somehow. and get it identical.
Close, maybe, yeah.
Sure, yeah, they can do that. How do you feel about? Is it a rumor that the champion has to pay for it, or is that a fact?
I think I've heard that from y'all. So, and then I repeated it on our podcast, so I don't know.
So we should start spreading things.
So, yeah.
People are mad at that, and I'm like, I think that's fine.
You paid $3 million.
Exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
you can pay
Plus labor.
$50,000.
So yeah, he
To
made
impress
so
all
much
these people.
money, but now this was just recently announced, he's having a third child. So
So now it's poor again. Am I right? Am I right, parents?
Oh, yeah, brother.
3 kids. I think more than 600 million.
I've also heard that, like, if you go to play as a guest, you can order ahead or something, and they'll like, no matter what, if you can be like, I want Chilean sea bass, and like they'll find a way to get it. That's what I heard. But, like, I want to say you're asked like what you want before, like, ahead of time. I don't know if it's like a day, a week. Whatever.
That could be because I'm assuming they can't just like roll up and be like, I'm bringing this guest tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
It probably has to be in
And I'm
advance.
pretty sure that you can like say whatever you want, and they'll figure it out. That's what
But I
I heard.
wonder how that works for like the corporate people, like
Popping in. Yeah.
being like I know at IBM, like the CEO of IBM, Ginny Rometty, she is a member there, and they had a situation where like they would bring in the top sales people every so often, and so I don't know if it works for like that, where you find out like,
Yeah.
hey, by the way, I'm going to play Augusta, like, oh yeah, can you make me this really rare, like, what is it, Wagyu steak?
Yeah.
I'm not pronouncing it right, I know.
Wagyu. Yeah.
Wagyu.
Wagyu.
Is there a
That may be on my menu.
I think
That-
it's Wagyu.
I think it's cultured.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice. Can't go wrong with that. For sure.
Well, I do want to do some quick round robin rapid fire questions for you guys that we've done with everyone else too. Your favorite sandwich at Augusta?
Barbecue.
Barbecue. Okay.
I'm
We
a
don't
barbecue
get
loyalist.
that one a lot.
Fried chicken.
The chicken.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm newer to pimento cheese in my taste preference history, and I tried it. I think it's a little very.
Someone told us, I think it was a friend
Really
Landon.
funny.
A friend Landon. He's like, get the chicken, you put up with the chicken and the pinot and that.
That
was
make it a little firmer. It's a little runny. Mine was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
Well,
little
I was like, I get it. It's good. But
It's a $2 sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Augusta. You're getting what you pay for.
Yeah.
I'm barbecue all the way.
And I've said this a million times, they put too much on there. Which
It was
is
like
why
only on my
making
hand-
mashed
on my
is
hand.
great. You can put what you want, or you can use it as a dip, you know.
Sure.
But they put too much on there. Same with the egg salad.
Yeah.
There's too much on there. Like, it's fine for what it is. And I think we had a discussion about this, the lengthy one last season. But the egg salad, some years it gets like 90 degrees out there.
You don't want that.
You don't want egg when it's 90 degrees.
And those days.
Right, yeah, I know. I like,
Out in the
but,
sun.
I did try everything
yeah.
the first time.
You were like, I want to try it. Yeah.
The little cheese curd cracker things, those are new. Last year.
I don't remember those.
I didn't get those.
Maybe not cheese curd. Cheese
I also
something crackers.
Don't change. I just get the same like
Same thing every time.
barbecue sandwich, M&M's, chips, 2 beers.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Every time. So good.
So good.
Gosh, it's so good.
All right, favorite hole at Augusta.
What is your criteria here? Like while you're on the grounds watching, or you just mean overall?
Either one. I mean, okay, favorite hole while you were there, and it's different. I mean, if you have a different hole than you saw in person than
Yeah.
you saw on TV, was it different? Like, were your expectations different? I guess, or
I love par 3 just because you get to see the whole thing play out from your spot. You
like
know,
16 or.
16 is probably my favorite overall.
Mm-hmm.
What's the front nine par 3? What was that? We were at for a while. 6 was very
we sat
fun
on 6
because of the pin location. Only a couple guys made it to that top right tier.
Yep.
Yeah, when we got to the middle and it came back and they were visibly mad.
Yeah.
Which was fun for us.
Yeah.
That was my
It's good
favorite.
to see the best in the world be challenged.
Yes.
Which happens
But
a lot.
also, like, 16 is like the moments that pool creates.
Yeah.
At that point in the tournament, that stretch of 15, 16.
Yep.
Must birdies, like 4 eagle, 15, like that just creates such excitement.
And Sunday pins, when it starts to come down the hill, it's just so exciting.
Gosh.
Sunday pins on 16 are my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
Like, because it's so, if you got to go for it, it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
And arguably the greatest golf moment of all time.
In 2005?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thing. I was on
The worst high five.
The worst high five. I was on 15 when Tiger won in 2019. He birdied. You could like see me and my dad in the stands. It's really cool. And then we had the dilemma of like, do we ride this out or do we try to just get a glimpse on 18? And we chose to try to get a glimpse on 18. And we heard when he almost made a hole one on 16.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the clip of Brooks Koepka when he's on 17T and he's like looking over. We were on 17T and we were like, did we just miss Tiger hole out on 16? But we didn't. But we were able to get 8 to 18, but we couldn't get anywhere near the.
Oh, yeah.
We were at the bunker on the left side of the fairway, and that's like when he did the hands, we could see like waist up. That's all we could see. But it was still cool. That's still pretty good. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well,
You were complaining about being there.
Yeah, but that's just such a dilemma. Like, do I try to go
Please
here?
don't try to put his waist up. Here he wants
It's
to
like-
jacket.
Do we stay here? Do we try to get ahead? Like, it's just you don't know because it's hard to.
That stuff stresses me out a lot.
It's stressful.
Like I'm the kind of person going to a Braves game, go Braves. I will sit down and I will look over to my friends and say, we have to leave an hour after the game's over, or in the 8th inning. You have to tell me right now,
Mm-hmm.
or else I can't relax.
Mhm.
So that stresses me out.
Yeah.
So that was part of it. We were like, should we stay? Should we try to get to this? Should we leave? It was like, I think we did it.
It's
It's extremely stressful when there's.
yeah.
It's also extremely stressful when there's a potential playoff, because the year that there was a playoff between Sergio and who was he in the playoff with? I can't even remember. I don't
Maybe
remember. But it was the year Sergio won.
Yeah.
We, because they do 10 and 18,
Mm-hmm.
we took a chance and we were like, let's go to 10.
The 10.
And so we had a great shot over there at 10, and so then we're just sitting there waiting, and then we hear the roar on 18.
So I stayed on 18
yeah, so we missed it.
and saw when he was like,
Mm-hmm.
celebration.
But then the year that Bubba won out of the Pine Straw, we took a chance and we went to the Pine, like I was in the Pine Straw
It's sick.
where he hit that shot at Pine Straw. And so like sometimes you win, sometimes, I mean, but it is stressful because you're like, what do you do? And also you don't have a phone. And so you don't have a phone to track and see like, okay, let me see where this person is. So you're having to pull out your tee times and do math backwards and see where this person is. They tee up at this time, so where could they possibly be? Or just based on roars and the scoreboard, like it can be stressful, but you're in a grandstand sometimes with a group of people who are also doing that exact same thing. And you're all doing it together because nobody else has the phone either. So it creates a little community of stress people together.
I wonder what the stories are with the no phone thing. What is the wildest thing someone has come back to their phone to see? I mean, I'm sure some people are like, hey, your wife's in labor. Someone died. I'm sure that there's stories like that.
My dad did see someone, I think this was like back in the late 90s, like right when cell phones were coming out, I don't know, early 2000s. And someone had somehow gotten a cell phone into the course and it went off during play. And it was a guy that was standing next to my dad, and a marshal came over. They had already told this guy, it had gone off beforehand, and they told him, like, you gotta leave, you gotta snipe her down. It went up again, and the marshal took it, threw it on the ground, stomped on it right in front of everybody. He said, I told you, like, we're not gonna handle it.
They don't play.
I was like, dang.
They do not. Mm-mm.
It is kind of a cheat code now to have an Apple Watch with service, though, because you get all the
That's true.
updates.
That's true.
Like, you can kind of see where people are. You can like look at Twitter, see what's happening.
Well, and they don't list anything in the guide about like you can or can't have the Apple Watch, and so there was a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
I think eventually they finally came out and said like you can't, like it's got to be on silent. They can't tell people you can't wear a watch, especially people who wear it for medical reasons to check like their heart rate.
Sure. Yeah.
Something,
Yeah,
but
I guess you can't regulate that at all.
but it has to be on vibrate. Like if they hear a sound.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Oh, interesting. Okay, we did favorite hole. We did. Okay, favorite winner you've been alive to see? Other 2019 Tiger doesn't.
Yeah.
We cannot. That's not fair.
Patrick Reed.
Dude, don't.
I really like him and everything he's done.
Let me tell you, we were on 18 the year that Patrick Reed won. We had walked up to 18, we had seen everyone finish, we were like, because we thought that Ricky was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, we've got to go see this, like, we want to see Ricky win, and we walked up to 18, and we were like, even with like, that like, last bunker before the green, and so we're kind of on that hill, we're like, having to do this to see it, and Ricky missed his birdie shot, hits it in for par, and so it was like, I mean, there was a roar of applause, and then Patrick Reed hits it in for the win, and it was like silent. And you go back and watch it on YouTube, and I swear they added an applause on the broadcast. I swear it was so awkwardly silent. Like people around us were just like, ugh. And they were just picking up chairs. They were just picking it was very, very awkward. There was like a delay in even the members standing up.
Yeah.
Like, it was.
Who had the jacket on? Who won the year before?
I think it was
Danny Willett.
Danny Willett, man.
Because he won 2018, so 2017 was right. Danny Willett, yeah.
And they all were.
And then Patrick Reed had to put it on Tiger. 2019.
My brain went to Young Spieth.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
That was a very fun one.
That's also the first time I saw Spieth.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 2015?
Yeah, was it 23, 24?
I mean, he was like 20.
He was
Yeah,
21.
Younger, 21. I was going to say
21.
21. So I'm on 7 for the first time. I was like, who's Spieth? This guy who everyone's talking about. It's like seeing him win that young was special.
I'm a big Trevor Immelman fan.
Same.
Not only for him winning, but
Yeah.
I do love him, and I'm glad he won, and I love hearing his voice.
A very.
Imhead.
It was cool to see Ron win. Everything was really. But just cool to see. It's always cool to see the best guys in the world win.
Yeah.
Like Scotty and Ron.
Biggest heartbreak in Augusta you've been alive to see.
The fact that tree didn't get that lady.
Probably watching Tiger Woods
Dang.
draw. I mean, that's never fun. Like,
Yeah, that is, yeah. The year,
Or like-
just the year he wasn't there at all. Like,
Yeah.
when they had to have the empty chair for him
Yeah.
at the Champion Center was like a knife in the heart.
Actually, biggest disappointment was probably last year when I was supposed to go Saturday, but it rained. It was freezing cold, and it's a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, there's also 2020 when they only did limited tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to that?
We didn't get it. That's the only one we haven't been to. Tremere hasn't been to in 60 years, 65 years.
Yeah.
Probably the 33 Masters I didn't go to. That's a little bit every year.
Ron's 4-putt on number 1 was pretty funny. Was that last year?
Yeah, on Thursday.
Started the tournament.
Yeah.
That's not heartbreaking.
I think the year that that Spieth was going for his second and was like in it, and then
The junk.
all of them in the water. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Or what was it? Was it 2011 when? No, it wasn't 20. It was on 11 that Rory absolutely blew it that year.
Mm.
And just started shanking them. That was pretty heartbreaking.
I think Augusta National would say Phil finishing second last year.
Yeah.
No coverage.
Or honestly, even that year that Ricky lost, like that was pretty heartbreaking. Like, because he after that had a run of he just did not like do well after that.
Yeah.
It took him a long time to come back.
I got faith in Ricky, though. He can do it.
I think so.
Maybe not this year, but I think he can get one.
All right, last question. Your favorite for this year? Who you thinking? I swear if you said Patrick Reed.
No.
You're doing this podcast right.
It's obviously Patrick Reed. So more fun.
I have a dark horse.
Same.
Big Tony Finau.
Wow.
He's
Yeah.
up there every
When
year.
you say dark horse, what does that mean?
Oh my gosh. He played well this past weekend. He's trending.
You're gonna give us kids.
Trending. He's trending. I do the Masters pool and I pick Tony every year because
Yeah,
he's
you forget
always in the red numbers. He came in second or third after Tiger. I mean, he was when Tiger won, he was like right there.
Tony B. Where's
He's my
he?
guy.
If he gets the hole in one in the par 3 contest, he needs to do the same
Break his ankles.
sandworm walk. Take up the nut.
Roll his ankle.
Yeah.
But you know, the better you do in the par 3, the worse you do in the tournament. That's why some of the guys don't even play it.
Yeah.
They don't want to run
The curse.
risk. Yeah, there's a curse. Like if you win the par 3, you will not win the Masters.
Yeah, that's iconic. I get it.
I'm trying to bet against Scotty.
I'm gonna say Jason Day.
Love
He's
that.
been playing
love
really well,
Space Day. That's a great pick.
and nothing would make my heart happier. I think
Yeah.
we love him.
I've been rooting for him since like 2005. I've been wanting him to get that win so bad.
Yeah.
But
Gosh, I love him.
I think it's gonna be like a Victor.
I love that.
I would say that he's another guy that always plays well, but he's having such a poor start to the year. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pick him this year. Xander's going to be
I
out
would say
there.
if Xander breaks through, that'd be
He's
very
gonna be
fun.
up there.
Mm-hmm.
Very fun.
I think people are going to expect like it would make me happier than ever to see Rory finally get one.
Yeah.
I still just think there's just too much pressure for him. Like everybody's wanting him to get it so bad that I just think there's too much pressure on him. Like it's one of those. Once everyone leaves him alone about it, then it'll probably happen. But who knows?
I mean, Rahm could easily do it again.
Or who knows? Last year there was an amateur who was in like
Bennett.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Bennett.
the final pairing.
That was
So you never know. Augusta's one
You
that
never know.
I'm rooting for Big Ten.
well, we will see in shortly.
When's this coming up?
Wednesday, par 3.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, par 3 day. So tomorrow, technically, it will start. Tournament will start.
Crazy. We're in the future right now.
We are in the
Dang.
future. All right. Well, that is all from us here today. Thank you guys again so much for joining me. And where can our people find you other than here in this lovely studio?
St. André Golf is where you can find it.
Yep, and you can find Paul in Augusta that week. Not me.
I'll be there on Friday.
Just Friday?
Just Friday. I'm pulling out of Charleston. After.
Gotcha. Yeah, St. Andrew Golf everywhere.
Yep.
We do dumb stuff online. It's fun.
Yes, lots of funny videos.
The best ones are written by Nikki.
I
That,
think he's got a strong resume when it comes to St. André Golf Labs so far.
it's not the best ones. I have written some things, but
Yeah.
well, hopefully we will continue writing some more together here soon, and we will see more from you guys soon. And we'd love to have you guys back on again. And we will be back again with another episode of Golf Unfiltered next week as we recap the Masters and see if any of our picks were correct at all.
Break down Patrick Reed's big win number 2.
Yep. So, that's
Patrick
right.
Reed kept caught some strays today. A few quite used to it.
Yes, that's
It's
right.
a
We're gonna have to
but it's still fun.
clip that and show it. It's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang. All right. Well, we'll be back next week. You'll have more with me, and Adam will be back. You haven't seen a lot of him lately, but he'll be back too. And we will see y'all again next week. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Paul, can you sing the piano thing? Okay.